Good morning, year sevens. This is our very last lesson of our brand new unit of scale diagrams. It was only just a short unit, this. But yeah, you've done really well at it. I really like the mini-me's. They were really cool. Some of you spent tons of time making really awesome ones, which look just like you or a bit funny because they were like superheroes and that. But yeah, really neat and kind of fun for me to mark. So I enjoyed that. So thanks for that for all of you who did all extra special work on that, and for everybody else, good work. I don't think that there was any that weren't good. So nice one, Super Sevens. Cool. This is another really creative and awesome lesson, I think. I think our video is going to be a bit shorter today, too. There's no worksheet or anything, so unfortunately, or fortunately even, you get to just listen along with me and I shall tell us what we're going to do. We, today, are going to be drawing a skyline. So if you've ever kind of gone to a big city, so even like, for instance, London, here's London's skyline, you see these buildings that like pop up above everything else, and they call that the skyline of the city. And it's really impressive. It's one of those really cool things when you get to go visiting somewhere, you can stand back and you can be like, wow, this city is cool. Look at the buildings it's got. Look at how awesome this place is. So we're going to make our own skyline today. Now here we go. I'm going to do it in a really structured way with you. So number one, you're going to start nearly at the bottom of the page, okay? Now if you've got your workbooks, what you'll do is you're going to open it up so that it's like 2 pages open. You see what I mean? So don't start on this page here on the right. You're going to have it so that you switch to a new page, even if it means leaving a blank one, so that 2 pages next to each other are free. Or if you're out of pages in your book, which many of you are, what you can do instead is just take a regular piece of A4 paper and switch it over so it's sideways. So put it landscape, not portrait mode. Cool. You only have to get the heights all the way accurate, but I would like you to draw the building as best as you can around it. And there's going to be 8 buildings in total to help you space them from left to right. Now, the most important thing of all is that our scale factor is going to be 1 centimeter on your page equals 50 meters of building, which means when we draw them, just like this scale diagram, they should be in perfect size to each other. They should be in perfect relative height to each other. So I'm going to show you just the first one, then I'm going to let you get a chance to get all 6 of these, so the whole London skyline is going to be drawn into your book. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, and I've got 2 secret ones coming up, and that's what we're going to do. So as you probably know, the Shard is the biggest building that we have in the UK, so the London Shard, and it's 310 meters tall. Now, do you know how many centimeters then that means we have to draw into our book? How would you go about calculating that? If the building was 310 centimeters and we're using the scale that 1 centimeter is 50 meters, what would we have to do? Well, if you said you have to divide it by 50, because if it's given in meters, we want to go to centimeters, and 1 centimeter is worth 50 meters, what we have to do is divide by 50 to get how many centimeters we need to draw. So here we go. I'll do the first one with you, for you, and the rest you're all on your own for. So 310 meters, step 1, get it in centimeters. So here we go. 310 meters, check it out. 310, divide that then by 5, because, 50 because the scale was 50, equals 6.2. So the number 1 step that you're going to do first of all is just make a note that this is 6.2 centimeters. Cool. What you do with that, and that's our shard again. So that's our lovely red shard. Now, what you do with that then after is you're going to pop over to your book, and here's what I'd suggest. Remember how I said that you should have a line across the bottom? You should start right near the bottom of the page. I'll give you a hint. That's a bit deliberate that I need you to do that. So insert shape. Where's shape? There's shape. And straight line. I'd go like this, right near the bottom, not measured or anything, straight all the way across both pages, or across the 1A4 page that you guys had. So that's cool. That's the number 1 step. Now, there you go. There's your line across that. And remember, our shard was 6.2 centimeters. So here's what I'd do. Don't worry about left to right. We can just kind of guess that a bit. But we're going to measure 6.2 centimeters. So ruler up like that. I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit on mine. And here we go. 6.2. Insert shape. Shape. to 6.2 centimeters, which is pretty much exactly there. You guys are already super duper accurate at drawing these guys because of our constructions unit, so I know for sure this is no trouble at all for you guys to be really accurate. And that's all you got. Now, that's a pretty rubbish shard, I have to say, so because it's just a straight line so far. But I'd like you to keep the line because it shows that you measured it. But what I'd like you to do also is do your best to kind of draw the shard around it. So it kind of goes up, a bit jaggy, and then it goes down in kind of like a step. So here we go. Here's my awful attempt, but I think you can do even better already. Not that I'm giving up, but I think that you'll probably do better than this. Here we go. So here's your shard. It looks something like down like that, and then I think it went out and flat, and then it was like that. Perfect. I think, was that pretty good? Yes. Cool. And just underneath, I'm going to label it as well. This is the shard. Cool, cool, cool. If you want to color it or make it look neat, or if you're quite interested in buildings and stuff like that, you could absolutely make that look really awesome. Now, on your page, you got to make sure that there's enough room to get 8 of them all the way across. That's the one thing that I'd remind you. Cool. So again, the only step was that you had to measure out. So I've gone a little bit higher than my line there, actually. So mine's not even perfect. But, ooh, I wonder if I can shrink it. Look at me, I can cheat. Ha ha ha, you guys can't cheat, but I can. Perfect. So there you go. I'm really happy with my shard now. And yeah, that's what you're going to do. But we're going to do it for every single one. So the step was, again, since the scale is 1 to 50, you just have to get these guys here divided by 50, draw them all on. So you're going to do 1 Canada Square, BT Tower, the Gherkin, the London Eye, St. Paul's Cathedral, and that's that, okay? Leaving space for 2 more to the right. So push pause and do that now, and I'm going to give you the last 2. Okay, so it's probably a long pause. So yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and you're back, my lovelies. Now, here's the thing. You've got these beautiful London buildings drawn, and London's a mega epic world city. I love London. It's a really cool city. But I bet some of you know, and I bet you some of you have been on holiday in some other places, and you'll realize there's actually cities that have way bigger buildings than London. So as enormous as the Shard is, at 310 meters, that is a truly enormous building. There's other cities that have huger buildings too. Can you think of one straight away? What's a city that's kind of known for its huge buildings? Well, if you said New York, you're right. Here's what I'd like you to add to your thing, to your picture, over to the next space that you've got. The Empire State Building is a New York landmark. It's not nearly the tallest building in New York City. It's not the biggest, but it's one of those really historic ones. Like, they built it in the 1930s, so when they built that, it was enormous. Now, it's 443 meters. For being such an old building, it's taller than the Shard. So what I'd like you to do is, you can push pause now and do it. Please add it. So this is what it looks like in profile. So you can kind of have a good look at it. And then there's another picture at night just because it looks so cool. It's a really neat building. Cool. So push pause and add it now. Okay, and you're back, my lovelies. So, hopefully you got it added. The Empire State Building is well cool. It's the building that there's the picture of those blokes sitting on the beam, like without any restraints or without any safety equipment, right up at the top of it, having their lunch when they were building it. So, yeah, you'd have to be pretty adventurous back in the day to get anywhere near the Empire State Building. Cool. Now, the Empire State Building is not the biggest building in New York, but it's not even close to the biggest building in the world. Does anybody know where the biggest building in the world is and maybe what its name is? Well, if you said, my lovelies, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, you're absolutely right. Every single one of these tiny buildings around it are actually enormous, huge, London-sized buildings. And look at this amazing monstrosity popping up in the middle of it. Here it is with some clouds that have come in. My word, it's like the future. Now, believe it or not, that building is 828 meters tall. Now, this is the reason that I made you start your picture for your drawings from the bottom of the page, because I'm going to give you a hint. This is going to be tall on your scale diagram too. So, what you should do right now, add it, and that's it. So push pause and get it added for me. Brilliant. And you're back. Now that's it, lovelies. That is the end of this lesson. That is the end of this unit. You've done really, really well at it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your skyline. Do take your time to make sure that the relative heights are correct. If you want to, I don't know, I don't really know if you could color the buildings in because they're all kind of like uniform, but anything you can think of to be creative, maybe put a sky in, do what you like really, but I'd like you to do your very best to make the buildings look like the building that they're supposed to be. But beyond that, anything is a bonus. So that's it for now. Really, really good work. Liked the mini-me's, especially like the constructions unit. Have a little look at Mr. Sentence's Twitter. He put a couple pictures of your guys' constructions on the Twitter, so that's quite impressive too. And that's it from me for now. And that's it. Talk to you later, lovelies. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye, buddies. Bye.